This is Matt from MGMT Boston on another episode of The Lantern. Hopefully there's no copyright issues with this, but we have John Harthorne, the founder and managing partner of Two Lanterns Venture Capital. John's had a very awesome, successful career here in Boston, in and around venture-backed startups, so we're going to talk about that today. Thank you so much for coming.
Awesome. Very happy to be here.
First and foremost, tell us about Two Lanterns VC, what you're building and sort of what you're focused on at this firm.
Yeah. So Two Lanterns Venture Capital, we just finished Fund 1, the investment stage. We have a $25.5 million seed fund focused on software-only startups in the US and Israel. Wow. We're launching Fund 2 now, just about to call capital and make the first investments probably in January.
Great.
Similar model, $30 to $40 million target. Software-only startups, US and Israel. We'll probably do about 50% of that fund in Israeli startups.
Great.
All early stage, primarily seed with some pre-seed thrown in.
Amazing. And as you think about entering 2025, whether it's the types of startups within the software world that you're seeing, thinking about, and even just some of the focus areas for the firm, where are some of those places you're spending your time?
Yeah, I think it's one of the best times ever to be an investor in particular, and also to launch startups because there's so many great opportunities.
Sure.
We are industry agnostic, so we can invest in any industry, and we would expect to see some focus areas, and we do think there are some industries that have particular opportunities. So security and safety and defense is a great area that has really developed in the last couple of years and has great opportunities. Obviously, all things AI. Mm-hmm. And as AI matures, you're starting to see more and more kind of infrastructure layer plays that enable AI. And then also related to that, just data aggregation, data analytics. So all sorts of data ingestion, the messy middle layer of kind of managing that at the infrastructure layer, and then also the analytics tools on top of that. And a lot of that stuff is, vertically oriented.
Sure.
Huge opportunities in healthcare, in many different areas. As a software investor, we're sort of more focused on the digital health side of that. Lots and lots of opportunities in other areas as well.
Yeah. Now, John is the former CEO and founder of Mass Challenge. So through your startup career, both witnessing startups, how they've operated, building them, advising them, and building an organization yourself, what are some of those things you've learned from your startup career that you would pass back to members of the audience across the startup landscape?
Yeah. So by far the most important element of launching a startup is the team. It's not even a close call with any other element of it. The idea itself is far below the quality of the team in terms of its overall importance. And that is just because whatever your first business plan is, the only thing you can tell for sure about an early stage business plan is that it's wrong, right? Nobody gets it right on the first guess. There's too many components, too many parts. So you're going to have to figure it out in real time while executing in combination with the market. And that means you have to have a team that is very resilient because you're going to have a lot of early failure, a lot of early struggles, a lot of early rejections. Things aren't going to go smoothly. You're not going to get money as quickly as you think. You're going to have a hard time hiring the talent you want. Customers are not going to take your calls. It's going to be very difficult for a long time. So that resilience and commitment to the outcomes is very key. And then the ability also to have this difficult balance of ambition and confidence that you're going to win and that you are correct despite the market not listening to you and not wanting you to win. This incredible challenge of overcoming the incumbent strength, et cetera. So you need that strong drive, confidence, ambition, but at the same time, the flexibility and nuance and ability to listen to the market and listen to the other stakeholders and learn quickly and then adapt quickly, all while running really hard, really fast against all odds. So that is by far the most important. So we would look for team as being at least 60, probably at the earlier stages, 70, 75% of our assessment of a startup.
Sure.
And then the idea itself is not so critical in its particulars because it's going to change and modify. You do look for a market that is large enough to sort of warrant the investment and the effort and energy. So it's nice to go after a large market with reasonably good dynamics for a new startup. And then the idea, the traction, the actual product would sort of come third. That shifts as you go later stages, right into Series B, Series C. It flips a little bit, but at the very early stage, it's all about the team, a little bit about the market, and then a little bit less about the product, the idea, and the traction. But that's really what we look for.
That's a great framework to think through. Last but not least, how can we help you? How can we help Two Lanterns grow heading into next year?
Yeah. So, we're doing great. And so we've got pretty much everything we need. We're always looking to meet outstanding founders. And there's nothing that is too early, even if it's really just forming an idea. Again, it's mostly about the team. So quality people that have a demonstrated track record of success in a variety of fields, could be in athletics or academics or other business areas. Just the fact that they are driven, ambitious, resilient, and that they've got some kind of an idea and they're ambitiously focused on it. So intros to great people like that is always wonderful. We're always looking to meet other investors that are in our area that we can collaborate with, or later stage investors that we can send our deal flow to, sources of startups, professors, classes, clubs, anything. So basically, we're very collaborative. We love to meet new people that are great. Anybody that thinks they fit that bill, reach out or send other people our way.
This is John from Two Lanterns, Matt from MGMT Boston on this episode of The Lantern. Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.